The Oklahoma City Thunder are off to a historic start to this NBA season, and with the way they're playing, it felt like the perfect time to look back at the last team that opened a season in a similar fashion, the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors. That year, Golden State was so dominant that every time they lost, it felt like breaking news, simply because it happened so rarely. So today, we're revisiting all 9 of their losses from that season, and while the Warriors didn't end up winning it all, in the moment, beating them felt like a badge of honor for the teams that pulled it off, and maybe it still is to this day. There are 9 fan bases that are probably gonna enjoy this video, and Warriors fans definitely aren't one of them. Heading into the 2016 season, it was clear that the Warriors were motivated to prove the doubters wrong. People questioned the legitimacy of their 2015 championship, saying that they had an easy path to the finals.
Even though Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors stand here today as the reigning defending NBA champions, we still said, well, Kevin Love was hurt. Kyrie Irving was hurt. I'm still of the mindset that Cleveland would have won that championship if both Kevin Love and Kyrie were healthy.
So what better way to make a statement than by winning their first 24 games of the season?
The greatest show in sports keeps getting renewed. 14-0.
They're playing so good. They're so far ahead of everybody now. If they lose, it'll be because they just had a bad night.
Their last regular season loss, April the 7th.
The defending champion Golden State Warriors set the record for best start in NBA history at 16-0.
The defending champions are 22-0.
But that 24th consecutive win didn't come easy, as it took double overtime to get the job done, barely surviving. It was somewhat of a moral victory for Boston for being able to hold their own.
That's tough, man. Had to claw our way to it. You hope you don't have to play an extra 10 minutes to get it done, but we found a way.
But the Milwaukee Bucks didn't want to settle for just a moral victory. They wanted the real thing, and made sure to speak it into existence by having these t-shirts made. This was the very next night for the Warriors, and was the last stop of a 7-game road trip, so they were exhausted. They couldn't really get anything to go down in the first quarter. The Bucks led by double digits for most of the night. Everyone was waiting for the Warriors to go on a huge run, but Milwaukee kept answering. Had the Warriors won this game, they would have became the first team in NBA history to go 7-0 on a road trip. But the Bucks, led by Greg Monroe's 28 points, were just too much.
Champions, but it has happened. NCAA picks it and hammers it down. That's it.
Yeah.
108 to 93.
I'd have been happy like I won a championship.
Of stopping the 2 longest streaks in NBA history. January 9th, 1972, they stopped the Lakers' 33-game streak, and they are going to stop a 28-game streak dating back to last season. Unbelievable.
You can kind of appreciate what we were able to accomplish. I think we can refocus.
You know, the losses are gonna come. You know, we didn't have it tonight.
The Warriors would get their revenge about a week later, defeating Milwaukee at Oracle, with a handful of Warriors fans responding with a t-shirt of their own, mocking the Bucks record. On December 30th, the Warriors had to play without Steph Curry because of a leg bruise. They knew coming in that they would have to fill that 30-point void that Curry provided for that team. But despite having 5 players score in double figures, it wasn't enough to outlast the Mavericks. The Mavericks led by 18 at the half, and at one point were up by as many as 30, as the Warriors dropped to 29-2 overall. 2 weeks later, the Warriors were in Denver to face the Nuggets, this time without Draymond Green. Steph Curry didn't play particularly well all night, but started to cook in the fourth, keeping the Warriors within striking distance.
Here comes Steph Curry, 35 points.
Pull up.
He launches.
I ain't gonna lie, Curry was type different this season, and the season before that. He was type different.
Golden State had a chance to either tie or take the lead with just over 10 seconds remaining, but Curry would commit a costly turnover. After a couple Denver free throws, Klay Thompson would hit a quick triple to cut the deficit down to 1, and would also get a chance to win the game, but it was no good.
Ooh. And they ain't have Draymond, so they lost without Curry, lost without Draymond.
The Golden State Warriors.
They lost without
and handed them their 3rd loss of the season.
During the post-game interview, people accused Curry of crying. I personally think he was just tired, but if he was in fact crying, let's hope he still had some tissues left for the game that took place just 3 days later, because nothing seemed to go their way. Michigan native Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors were visiting the Pistons on the same night they retired Ben Wallace's number 3 jersey. In the first quarter, Steph hit a pretty impressive logo 3, but other than that, the Warriors got off to a slow start. Just before the half, Curry and Draymond both got a technical foul literally with within 30 seconds of each other. Detroit dominated for most of the night, holding Golden State to their worst field goal percentage of the season up until that point. The Warriors just weren't themselves, and with them now losing 2 of their last 3 games, perhaps the air of invincibility that had surrounded them was beginning to fade.
As good as we are, you can lose to anybody on any given night in this league, and hopefully that's a lesson that sticks with us for a while.
Now, they did go on to win 11 in a row after that game, and by the time the All-Star break came along, the Warriors were 48-4, the best record ever through 52 games. If anybody needed the All-Star break, it was them. But while they were relaxing and having fun, Damian Lillard was still fuming over the fact that he was snubbed, and knew that when the season resumed, the Warriors were his next opponent, and took it out on them. Lillard just couldn't miss, draining 9 threes for a then career-high 51 points. Warriors fans tried to chalk it up to an All-Star game hangover. Even if there was some truth to that, the final score was still shocking.
Damian Lillard, a new career high 51. Statement. That is a statement.
For all you all-star coaches that couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel, there it is.
We come to town, especially for a team like that, it's their biggest game of the year, so we got to understand that, and we didn't. They just caught us on an off night. This is a good wake-up call for us.
There's some light-skinned activity going on right here.
And a wake-up call it was, especially for Steph Curry, as he would go on a tear for the next few games, scoring 51 of his own not even a week later, and capping off the road trip with a nationally televised game versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The game where, if you recall, Curry did this.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang!
Bang! Bang! That shit stuck in my head forever, man. I'll watch this game live.
The game where, if you recall, Curry did this.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Curry ended the night with 46 points and made 12 three-pointers, becoming the first player in NBA history to have back-to-back games with 10 or more threes. But just a little over a week later versus the Lakers, he wouldn't really be able to get anything to go down, going 6 for 20 from the field and 1 of 10 from three-point range. He just wasn't feeling it.
But a very poor three-point shooting game. They came to see the Warriors march to history. They came to see Kobe one last time play against the Warriors, and instead they see one of the biggest regular season upsets in the history of the NBA. The 12-51 Lakers and Golden State, their 6th loss of the season.
So you want to be a software engineer? Go to boot.dev, make a free account.
Like usual, the Warriors followed up that loss by winning several in a row, just in time to build up anticipation for this game.
People will be watching this game tomorrow night. I promise you that. I don't believe that anybody who loves basketball is going to miss this game on ABC tomorrow night. If you do your damn
the Spurs won 34 consecutive home games.
Any basketball fan out there will have their eyes glued to ABC. This is what it's all about right here.
But unfortunately, the Warriors would be without 3 key players. By the time it was over, Curry had missed 14 of 18 shots, while just barely extending his record streak of regular season games in which he hit at least 1 three-pointer. He was 1 of 12 from distance, with 0 points in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, LaMarcus Aldridge had 26 points and 13 rebounds, beating the Warriors to remain perfect at home. Now, the Warriors were trying to keep a home winning streak alive themselves. You see, going into this April 1st matchup against the Boston Celtics, the Warriors hadn't lost at home in the regular season in over 14 months, dating all the way back to January of 2015. They were riding a 54-game regular season home win streak, but the Celtics were seeking revenge for what happened earlier in the season. The Warriors came out flat, and by the end of the first half, they had 13 turnovers, with Steph Curry being responsible for 7 of them, but he came out hungry in the second half. Curry would score 21 points in the third quarter alone, and it was needed. Late in the fourth, there was so many huge plays, so many clutch moments, but it was the Celtics who walked away with the win.
A 54-game win streak in the regular season at Oracle comes to an end.
Warriors fans were visibly stunned, as they had gotten so accustomed to winning at home. Just 2 games later, they would suffer another loss at home, this time to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Curry simply could not get a shot to fall in the first half. He was 0 for 8 from the field, with his 2 points coming from free throws.
You concerned at all about the shot not being there early? Any concerns? The face says no.
Am I concerned about Steph Curry making a shot? No.
No, he was 0 for 8.
He did come out in the third quarter and hit 4 threes. It looked like they were gonna be alright after all, as they led by as many as 17 at one point, but the Timberwolves would slowly inch their way back into the game. The Warriors would have a chance to win it, but failed to get a shot off at the end of regulation. And in overtime, they had plenty of opportunities, but just couldn't capitalize on them. And suddenly, the Warriors' chase for an NBA record 73 wins just got a lot more difficult. They had to sweep their final 4 regular season games to pull it off, and they did.
Yeah, of course they did.
It's official, number 73. The greatest regular season in NBA history now belongs to the 2016 Golden State Warriors.
They became the first team in NBA history to go the entire regular season without.
That was crazy. Spurs got them, Wolves got them, Detroit got them, Celtics got them.
Back-to-back losses, and without losing to the same team twice. But what's interesting about those 9 losses they suffered is that they came against some of the worst to average.
Like, second seed San Antonio they lost, but missed playoffs Lakers. 5th seed, 8th seed, missed playoffs, 6th seed, missed playoff.
Teams in the league. Sure, even the greatest teams have off nights, but it was still surprising to see the Warriors play down to the level of their competition. Again, even though they failed to win the championship, I still take pride in being able to say that my Blazers were one of those 9 teams, and the fact that they were the first team to beat the Thunder this year. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what their record looks like by the end of the season.
Well, San Antonio beat us twice. AE beat us. It's like, we let anybody beat us now. We don't want to be the next best team, bro. We let anybody beat us, bro, which is crazy, bro. Everybody be in my comments, oh, wherever he got Chet number. No, he don't, bro. He got lucky twice, 3 times, maybe. It is what it is. So we'll get back. I think we still can beat the record. I think OKC still can beat the record, man. Let me know kind of what y'all think, though, man. Like, comment, subscribe, bro. Let me know if y'all are a Warriors fan or any other team's fans that beat the Warriors on this year.